Yo, bro, I'm talking in my friend group's Discord server right now, bro. Like, I recorded this overrated. Yo, this dude actually makes me mad. I'm gonna put the DM on the screen. Like, he's actually frying, bro. Yo, it's a bottom low intense. Okay, buddy. No, no. See, now it's like remorseless. Oh my god. Okay, we're done with the Ito. Okay, let's record the video. This is like attempt 7, bro. I had a successful attempt, but I didn't have the audio tracks, so it just didn't record the audio. Yeah. So, topic of this video. I don't think I give myself enough credit at all, and I think that I'm always like mean to myself, and I think that stems from a lot of like self-hatred. Now, where that self-hatred comes from, probably stuff from my childhood, a lot of stuff happening. I'm not really gonna get into that. That's for another video, and that's probably not even for everybody publicly to know, right? But it's like I think I just treat myself, I'm really mean to myself, and it just doesn't make sense like from a logical standpoint. I have this whole concept in my head where it's like I give myself a very hard time for trivial things. I was gonna say something entirely different, but no, this actually sounds a lot better. I give myself a lot of time, a hard time for trivial things. For example, right, recently I was sort of going through an identity crisis. I was just going through it, okay? And I was on Discord, and I was speculating that I was transgender, which is completely incorrect, by the way, because I think what caused me to like speculate into these types of things is that I was just building my whole personality based on what I do on the internet instead of anything that I do in real life. And my solution to that, my genius solution, was to go ahead and delete my profile picture off of every social media, to change my everything on social media to just something default, to change my name to just my real name, which is Khalil. And it's just, looking back, dude, like, it's just so pointless because it doesn't even go over the root issue, which I think I have been actually fixing, which is cool. So it's not like going through that was completely useless, but I think I was just doing too much, right? Because let's say, right, and I'm gonna use the hypothetical person is gonna be a hypothetical girlfriend, because I think it's a stronger analogy, at least in my head, than like one of my best friends. Like, you know, for example, Jay, he's always the example that shows up. But, like, imagine, right, your girlfriend were talking to you and she came up to you with the same issue. Why would you tell her, oh, okay, well, you know what, I think you should just, like, delete all your profile pictures. You should go ghost mode on social media. Like, you'd probably be a lot softer with her. At least I would hope, right? I'm not saying that if you're hard with someone else, you're abusing them. But, like, you're obviously not gonna tell them, oh, just toughen up. You're gonna try to, what's the word I'm trying to look for? You're gonna try to encourage them. You're gonna try to be very encouraging and understanding. But I feel like if you're not encouraging and understanding to yourself, you also project that onto other people, which is a whole other like video that I can go over, which I think would be really valuable to post to this channel. But it's just not a good idea to like be super critical instead of just understanding and encouraging. I need to understand myself and encourage myself, right? I wrote in this bullet point that self-love, what the heck is that, buddy? Self-love is being happy with yourself even if you aren't perfect, right? If you were to talk to someone you love struggling with your issues, what would you tell them? And I think you should answer that question and then just tell that to yourself, right? I have considered taking the approach of just lock in, but the thing is, we all know this quote, right? Insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And I think that I've been insane for like a very long time. I think I've been insane ever since I discovered Hamza, which was like pretty much the worst thing that could have happened into my life. Like, bro, my dad could have beat me, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. That's not a funny joke, but it's also a huge exaggeration, but you get what I'm trying to say. I can go into a whole side tangent about that, but I'm not going to, right? If the approach of just locking in doesn't work after like your third attempt, it's probably something deeper going on. You tend to think to yourself, oh, you know, you're just lazy, you're just this, you're just that. And maybe that's true compared to other people. Like, you know, someone could be, you know, working 2 jobs, look at your situation and just laugh at you. But no person ever arrived at a place of truly loving themselves by laughing at themselves and just discounting all of their own problems, right? It's just not like a good idea. I know that my life isn't particularly hard or interesting, but I still have to treat myself with compassion anyway, right? And I feel like any person that wants to be, like, that wants to grow into something greater, that wants to be successful or whatever else you want to be, they're gonna have to go through something difficult. And it's gonna be something that's undeniably difficult. And regardless of your background or, you know, X, Y, and Z, that difficult thing is gonna be what shapes you into the person you become today, right? So you could be like, let me think here. You can be like a rapper Kendrick Lamar coming from Compton and you're broke, X, Y, and Z, seeing violence around you. That's what shaped him into the great rapper that he is today. Or you can be someone like me, you know, pretty regular life, not the greatest family life, but other than that, pretty decently easy life, but lots of issues going on with self-esteem. Like, that's a real issue, okay? Like, I'm not gonna decline that. You know, I can't achieve great things when I hate myself, and I need to just, you know, the whole self-hatred is that thing that I'm gonna overcome, and it's gonna turn me into something better. I'm kind of yapping my buns off. This is my like 8 billionth trillionth attempt of recording this video, but I'm just gonna let it go, right? I'm just like, you know, I'm just gonna supplement it into some. You get the idea, bro. I'm not gonna meander on for too long. Let's talk about the next bullet point, which is this kind of really leads into the issue of, hey, you know, I don't have a job. And the thing is, I've looked at this issue and I've determined, well, okay, I don't literally need a job. I am in college, but I live with my dad and I just commute to college, right? And it's like, I just kind of beat myself up because it's like, I see all of my classmates and they're working like 20 hours a week and, you know, stressing out over school. You know, I see some of my friends from high school, I still have them added. I still have their phone numbers and I have them added on Discord. I hear them saying, oh, you know, I'm tired of college because they're going to, one of them goes to Rice, one of them goes to Northwestern, and they're talking about, oh, you know, I'm just trying to survive X, Y, and Z. And I'm just sitting here, I'm at my university, just like, oh, you know, I'm chilling, oh, whatever. And it's like, I feel bad about myself, but the thing is, I have been making changes to try and do more. I joined the volunteering program where I work with kindergartners. It was very annoying at first, but honestly, it's like, it's actually kind of fun. And you know, I also I've got back into rock climbing, and those are two things that I've done for myself, but I still tell myself that I'm not doing enough. And it's like, let's bring back this analogy again. Like, if your girlfriend were to tell you, oh, you know, I'm getting into these things, man, and then like, what the heck are you gonna look like if you say, oh, bro, you need to be doing more, bro, like, that's small fries, buddy, you're not doing enough. Like, dude, what? Like, I hope she breaks up with you, because what are you doing, bro? You're a goofball for that. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, it just doesn't make sense when you don't give yourself the credit that you deserve and then use that credit and encourage yourself further, right? I do think that you have to be hard on someone, though, if they're doing something that is actively destructive to themselves. Like if your friend is, like, self-harming or something, you can't just, you still have to be kind of hard, but you need to come from it kind of like a mother talking to their child, almost. Like, you know, like, dude, you're hurting yourself. This isn't good for you. Instead of, bro, what are you doing? You need to stop doing this. Bro, can you please stop doing this? Like, dude, we don't want you to X, Y, and Z. Like, no, you need to be like, I understand the pain you're going through. I understand it, but it's like, you're hurting. It's not good for you, man. Take care of yourself. X, Y, and Z. You know, it's a very hard line to cross. You need to listen to other people and you also have to listen to yourself. Okay, I think it actually recorded the audio this time, and I think I'm actually going to be able to post the video. I would talk about day 19. I mean, I'm just not going to, though. The whole point was that since I've learned this, I think I'm going to win, but you know what? Let's talk about it. This is a bit of a bonus segment. So, if you look on my channel, you're gonna see there's a bunch of days. It's like day 1 through 17 are up right now. So obviously, if you want to click off right now, I am gonna be talking about that subject. Okay, so if you want to click off, feel free, because you know not everybody wants to hear about a 19-year-old struggling with being addicted to adult content. But I really think that I'm gonna win this time, because all of my past attempts have been, I've lost them because I was laying in bed feeling lonely, and instead of just being compassionate for myself, I just tell myself, bro, like, you're such a loser, X, Y, and Z, and I have to take the edge off until I start edging. Start laughing. You have to start laughing now. No, anyway. Yeah, but I feel like if I just, like, there are gonna be lonely nights. If I just go through it with a sense of compassion instead, I'll be okay, and I'm actually gonna make it out of this hellhole that I've been in for 6 years. And I also know this also isn't very healthy, but I also just have this notion that if I hit day 30, like, everything is gonna go away. And I do think that this is genuinely true, even though I know that, like, the actual addiction only takes it's very mild and only takes about 3 weeks, give or take, to leave your body. And then there's some mental healing that you still have to do. But I just feel like once I hit 30 days, it's like, well, I finally did you know, it's like a nice round number, you know, it's like a nice note to end off one. I'm finally free after doing, you know, that's the whole thing with No Nut November. It's 30 days, or does November have 31 days? It definitely has 30. Yeah. So, you know, I really do think I'm gonna win, and I'm excited. I'm excited for, you know, March 31st when I'm like, guys, you know, I finally did it. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I think that's all. I think I'm finally done recording. Oh my god. Yo, bro, when I tell you, dude, I lost so much, like, audio, bro. It's like, I was literally so frustrated. But yeah, man, so that's about it. I feel good about this, so I'm gonna go ahead and edit it up. Bye bye. Also, guys, I cannot believe I'm saying this. Okay, look, I found this very funny when I saw it under one of my YouTube videos, and I know that I'm doing right, but hold up, bro, let me just type it in. Because I deleted it, but like I shared it with my friends, bro. Hold up, dude. Some dude commented. Hold up, wait a second. I gotta find it. No comment will ever be better than this one. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Guys, please do not disclose to me exactly what you're jacking off to. Okay, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I don't, you know, and also this wasn't even under one of the videos related to the addiction, so it makes even less sense. Guys, please don't do this, bro. Please. Okay, thank you, dude. Holy flip flopper. I'm gonna try to curse less. I'm gonna say some really weird stuff, but yeah.